when a drummer is present, they are God. I am not an I am a black communist. I'm writing my new tattoo out on bus station glass, making tattoos all afternoon, trying to talk myself into seeing the decade through. I must really be the devil's front man, staring at a bus that I imagine in fact carries paintings of people. And the man drunk behind the wheel has to choose between a black and white toddler after school in America on a California street that doesn't need a name, North California. No one on the street has a job and therefore no one is there. I colored my oppressor's gun and dance floor for him in the same day. The joke began. The walk under the bus seats is fine by me as long as I get to the front. The joke concluded. And Tuesday is rotten soup or downhill entertainment or commotion in the ashtray, the day that jail quotas get filled or the day that the planet plays flat. Maybe the capitalist sets stadium seats on fire and calls it economic progress. The communist has plenty of time to finish his cigarette and lie to his boss. A killer lying down in front of a tank. I have a small statue built in my chest and also an anchor upside down in the air. Worried about the walls, I forgot that the ceiling was closing in on me too. That's my take on my alcoholism. I mushed over a meal I ate 5 years ago. That's my take on the look on my face. Cursed God a little, took another step up the staircase and for a second forgot all occupants of the world, beginning with this house, an action hero of one street proportion. You know, rap music is the way to count blessings. The 80s were better than his fiction. I will be half-eaten my entire life. I have a piece of fence meshed through my skull, always walking beside myself with a gun to my head and another one pointed at passers-by. And it's half of me, all of you walking in and out of myself. But I'm always happy to see you with a miraculous route you took through my threat. Honest pay, a knife in my arm. Honest pain, my chest, a broken lock on a monument. Tell you the truth, I forget what my hands look like, what I did with them, or what kind of third eye the handcuffs cut into my wrist. I'm off to make a church bell out of a bank window. You know, kitchens meant more to the masses back in the day, and before that we had no enemy. Somewhere in America, the prison bus is running on time. You won't lose your job before the revolution hits. So somewhere I won't be home for breakfast. Everyone out here now knows my name, and I won't be turned against for at least 4 months. The cop in the picket line is a hard-working rookie. The sign in my hands is getting more and more laughs. It says, the picket line got cops in it. I can take care of those windows for you if you want, but someone else got to go inside your gas tank. It was clear to me that rich people had talked too much this year. And why don't you go ahead and throw down that marble park bench everyone's looking up at? You know, get the Romans out of your mind. Maybe a good night's sleep would have changed the last 20 years of my life. Playing the instruments like punching the wall. What would you have me do? Replace the population? Give brotherhood back to the winter? Stop smoking cigarettes with the barely dead? You know, they listen in on the Sabbath. Police called the police on me. There was a white candlestick beneath my detention. I'll ruin the soup again, thought the judge, as he took off his pilgrim robe behind the white people's door and more. I didn't get lucky, I got what was coming to me, he tossed. And fight me back, the man said, you know, of course to himself. Washing windows with a will to live, tin can on his left shoulder, enjoying the bright brand new blight with all party goers, both supernatural and supernaturally down to earth. And what is this elevator traveling side to side? Like 1,000 bitter Polaroid pictures that you actually try to eat. All the furniture on this street nailed to the cement, cheap furniture, but we have commitment. This morning an essay opens the conversation between enemies. Why? Because you control every grain of processed sugar between here and the poor man's border. Because in the tin can on my left shoulder, I can hear the engines of deindustrialization. Man, you should get into painting, you know. Tell lies more deeply. This month I'm rooting for the traitor. Carting cement to my pillow. And here we will build. I'm high again, not talking much. Hey, why don't you climb up the organ pipe to our apartment floor? I'm high again, calling everything church, singing along to a courtyard, thanks to a horn player's holy pastime. I was just putting a real jacket on it. Talk about a real 5 years. Keep memories like these in the pocket next to the toll receipt. That man lost a wager with the God of good causes. Stood up for himself a little too late. See, maybe too early. I could still see 20 angles of his jaw, zigzagging through the cold world of deindustrialization. There's an art to it. I would tell my closest friends one day, apparently too much of San Francisco was not there in the first place. This dream requires more condemned Africans. Or put another way, state violence rises down. Or still life is just getting warmed up. Or army life is looking for a new church and ignored all other suggestions. Or folktale writers have not made up their minds as to who is going to be their friends. This is the worst downtown yet. And I've borrowed a cigarette everywhere. I've taken many a walk to the back of a bus that led on out the back of a storyteller's prison sentence, then on out the back of slave scars, but this is my comeback phase. I left my watch on the public bathroom sink and took the toilet with me. Threw it at the first bus I saw eating single mothers half alive. It flew through the bus line number and on out the front of the White House. Hopefully you find comfort downtown, but if not, we brought you enough cigarette filters to make a decent winter coat. Special species, a handshake, let's all know who's king, what's the lifespan of uniform cloth. This coffin needs to quit acting like those are birds singing. Rusty nails have no wings, have no voice other than that of a white world dying. Their book pages in the gas pump, catchy, isn't it? The way 3 nooses is the rule, or the way potato sack masks go so well with radio codes, or the way condemned Africans fought their way back to the ocean, only to find waves made of 1920s burnt up piano parts, European backdoor deals, and red flowers for widows who spend all day in the sun mumbling in San Francisco. Red flowers, but what's the color of a doctor visit? There are book titles in the streets. Book titles like, Hero, You Make a Better Zero. Or, A Fur Coat Lady, the President is Dead. Or, Pay Me Back in Children. Or, They Hung Up Their Bodies in Their Own Museums. And other book titles pulled from a drum solo. Run here, hero. Lied the hiding place. All the bullets in 10 precincts know where to go. There's no heaven nor any other good idea in the sky. Politics means that people did it and people do it. Understand that when in San Francisco and other places that were never really there. I bet this ocean thinks it's an ocean, but it's not. It's just 6th Dimension Street. All know who's king. King of thin things. Like America, I'm proud to deserve to die. I'm going to eat my dinner extra slow tonight in this police state candy dispenser you all call the neighborhood. No set of manners goes unpunished. Never mind the murderer's insomnia or the tea kettle preparing everyone for police eyes. A lot of God can happen in 3 seconds. Not much heaven, though. And here is a man before a fight, a leave me alone type character emerging from the penniless death of a one-way street fiction. That's just a fancy way of saying I'm going to make it even if I have to drive backwards. And all I got is chord changes and 1,000 backhands, driving the street like I'm choking a car full of nephews. Hasn't been a sun since November, and there hasn't been a street I can't choke to death. This city better back down. Hey, you see this gun on the table? And something about staring until it all feels stable. Why wouldn't I protect everyone? All my death sleep late. My son better be quick. My daughter better shoot first because, see, we fold for no one. We fold for nothing. Okay, the first thing you'll feel is the heat. This lady would telling me about possession. Drink life neat is what I mostly hear, and most of the world leaves me alone. To breathe small like a giant. To go to jail every once in a while when the genocide kicks up in late May. When politicians have too easy a time. I'm gassing backwards out a one-way street in honor of myself. And in honor of you, if you understand the nature of the world. And how long I've been just like my father, one hell of a resemblance says the anxiety of the neighborhood. This is like a crossroad or a crossroad narrative with so much crossroad, people get in the habit of turning back. Turn back only to find themselves remembering me, but not my last words. A man before a fight, you'll feel the heat. But there's nothing to keep in mind. There's nothing to remember. Really, there's nothing to be. Just this moment, then another, then stare, then it all becomes stable. Then the table legs go fuzzy, and Friday's a unfamiliar face peeking in the window. It's cool to panic for a second. Composure is wasted on your worst enemies. People are marked on that sidewalk. You're the only thing life-size. Everybody knows this in a wire hanger empire. When the blood stops walking, that feeling isn't father enough to be permission to fall. You better swing one more time. And that father of yours rose from the grave and said, just give me 5 more minutes. He said, running water is a myth. It's us who are running up, down, and all alongside this water. And people don't rise from the grave. They're not laid down either. It's us who flip all around their body. So beware when the people all around you look like they're about to jump. It might be your time. You feel the heat. And when 4 walls demand to be 4 walls, and the earth outside mutes, don't panic. Don't try to recreate the earth outside. Don't tell jokes to yourself. Don't even talk disrespectfully to the 4 walls. Instead, unclench your fist and walk away. it might be heaven if you understand the nature of the world.